As teachers, we can't help but communicate with a lot of people and check plenty of students' written outputs. With these, I have noted the following 12 grammar mistakes which I think need fixing. Let's begin with based from. It must be based on. Examples: based on the data, based on the reference. Next, everybody are. It should be everybody is. Everybody is an indefinite pronoun, singular in form, so it has to be followed by a singular verb. Examples: everybody is required to, everybody was able to. Was is in the past tense, everybody is in the present tense. Did you followed? It must be did you follow. Why? Because the auxiliary verb did is in the past form, so it has to be followed by a verb in the base form to avoid redundancy. Examples: did you follow the instructions? Did they submit the reports on time? To copied. It must be to copy. Infinitive to should always be followed by verb in the base form. Examples: she would prefer to buy pizza. He planned to attend a webinar. If you're going to ask me about the tense, it is actually in the future tense. Can answered. It must be can answer. Can is a modal verb and must be followed by verb in the base form. Examples: she can answer the phone. They can transport the equipment. Modal verbs are like shall, will, may, and automatically they are followed by verbs in the base form. Despite of the. It must be despite or despite the. Examples: they finished late despite starting early. Despite the circumstances. So this despite of the is a bit similar with in spite of the. It's just that despite or despite the is a little more formal than in spite of. They both can be followed by the fact that. Example: despite the fact that, in spite of the fact that. Next, those who want. It must be those who want. Those is a plural demonstrative pronoun, therefore it needs a plural verb. Plural verbs have no S. Unlike this one, wants, this is singular in nature. Examples: for those who want to avail, kindly send a message. For those who want to go to the market. Okay. Next, so very much. It must be either just so much or very much. Do not put them together because it's redundant already. Examples: thank you so much. Thank you very much. Not unless. I think there are many who are a bit confused on this one. It should only be unless. Unless stands for if don't. For example, you'll be tired if you don't take short breaks. So instead, if we're going to remove if and don't, the sentence would be, you'll be tired unless you take a break. Another example, unless you review regularly, you'll never get good scores. One of the student. It must be one of the students. One here, definitely there should be plural here. If we're going to go back with this one, the erroneous one, and then another one. So there can't be one in one. There has to be many for us to have one. So it should be one of the students, one of the players, one of the parents. Example, one of the students is skillful in computer repair. Next, she is belongs. Okay, we have two verbs here. It must be she belongs. She belongs. So we're going to remove the linking verb is here because we already have the main verb, the action verb belongs. A while ago, I have mentioned that verbs in the singular form have S. Why do we have S here? It's because our subject here is she, which is singular in nature. So simple subject-verb agreement rule, singular subject needs singular verb. Examples, she belongs to the English club. If you want to use is, we just use is without the main verb. Example, she is an active member of the English club. More braver. What's wrong with this? So we have double comparatives here. It should only be braver. We remove more because adding more is an indicative of having it in the comparative form, while this one is also in the comparative form. So braver only. Example, you are braver than you think. I have mentioned earlier on the addition of and more. I repeat, just choose one. Of course, the mode of choosing is based on the correctness. So, for example, we have the word simple. It has to be in the comparative form, add so it would be simpler. Same's true with nice. It will be nicer. We can say more simpler, more nicer, no. In the case of these adjectives, we have to add more. So it would be more efficient, more meaningful. We can say efficienter. We can't say meaningfuler. So these two are the choices, the modes for the appropriate usage. So we have to check on which adjectives and adverbs are to be utilized with any of these two. Alright guys, by the way, this won't only be applicable in writing but also in speaking. That means we improved on both writing and speaking skills, and that's very good. Thank you very much guys. Let's keep learning.